and he was pitching well. All because of analytics. We lost that game. We should have let him. He should have got at least 8 innings, man. Like, we didn't have no one better than that guy. We fucked that up, and that should, to me, that should change the whole tone of the series. Analytics is fucked up sometimes, man. You can't rely on that shit. Like, especially like playoffs. Any sports in the playoffs, man. Like, you gotta follow a flow. You gotta like give it to the horse. Like, you gotta just follow your fucking gut and see and let your eyes tell the fucking story. Like, if your eyes tell you that motherfucker's balling, let him ball. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm still getting into baseball. I'm not gonna act like I'm a diehard baseball fan, but tomorrow is Halloween, y'all.
Thank you.
Shit, that's right.
Tomorrow is Halloween.
It is Halloween, and the kids are ready.
Oh, they're fucking ready. They're ready out here.
Since it's Halloween, I got a question for y'all. Like, what's the scariest movie you've ever watched or know of? For me, it's fucking Freddy Krueger's Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1. That shit had me terrified.
Them Freddy movies had me. That shit was creepy as fuck. Cause I was real young when them shits came out.
Yeah, I don't even remember. The only movie I remember is the first Jason movie, and the only reason I remember that is because we had to go away to camp. And we used to go to this camp called we used to go to this camp called Stokes, in North Jersey, and that's where they filmed a good portion of Friday the 13th. So.
Hell,
damn, that's fun.
Yeah,
that's torture.
When they're out,
creepy as shit.
Yo, it's crazy. When they're out in the woods and shit in the movie, they're at that camp. So in your mind as a kid, you think. So I don't really remember the movie. I just remember going to the camp. That's really what I remember.
That's some wild shit.
Yeah.
Scary movies is my shit though.
Really?
The Exorcist.
Oh,
that. Let
me tell you, that shit, dog. When she was on the bed and her head was rotating.
I think that's probably the first scary movie I remember ever.
See, I was sitting on a bed watching it. That shit creeped me the fuck.
Are scary movies still like that though? Like, are they better?
Hell no.
Some you'll find one every year type that's really one every 2 years type. Like, they real rare now, but they out there.
I'm not a big scary movie guy. Like, I can't sit through a whole one.
I am. That's my shit. That's my shit.
Not my Steve.
It's not your genre of choice.
Not my genre of
that's
choice.
That's my shit. Scary movies don't really scare me no more, but when I was a kid, fucking Candyman creeped me the fuck out. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't able to say that shit in the mirror until I was like 26. I was gonna say,
but did you try it?
When I was like 26, I tried it.
That's a good one.
I still don't fuck with the mirror like that, bro. Yeah,
are they gonna remake that? I thought I read somewhere they're gonna remake that.
That's a fucking good one, Chris. That's a fucking good one.
Yeah, that shit creeped me the fuck out.
You know what it is? The truth of the matter, there's a couple out there. Like, you could probably do like a top 5 or actually you can do a top 10 probably. There's a lot of good. This is an old one, but there was a movie called Salem Block.
Oh, Salem
Block. I seen that one too.
Yeah, it was
terrifying. Salem Block was terrifying. Terrifying.
You remember that shit?
Yes.
Yo, that shit was scary.
For everybody that's listening, what we can do tomorrow, Dion, if possible, maybe on our Facebook page, maybe we can put a list of the top 10 scariest movies for Halloween.
I like that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
We can't do it tonight.
Comment and shit.
Because we got a motherfucking podcast to get to.
Absolutely.
So, what up, y'all? It's Friday night.
What's happening?
What's going on? It's the weekend. It's good to be here.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes, sir.
Today out in the West.
And of course, you would air Hollywood Vic, Dion the MVP, Chris G, and we are the Arrogant Underdog podcast.
Absolutely. It's good to be here.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
I always look forward to talking to y'all. Always
yeah, man.
Everybody is switched up on my screen this time. It's usually different.
It's the feds.
It's the
It's been changing around the last couple. Yeah.
I'm saying we're getting popular.
Remember back in the days they had the hip hop police.
Oh yeah,
they got the Pod Patrol. Now they got the Pod
they got the Pod Police. The
Pod Police. The Pod Patrol watching this. Well, since we talking about hip hop, did y'all see the BET Awards?
I've seen clips of it.
I did not.
Yeah, I don't watch awards really, but I will go on YouTube and watch the clips. But the girl, Rhapsody finally got her recognition.
About time.
She deserves it. She deserves it.
She can rap.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy? People were posting how she won, and there are a lot of people who have no idea who she is. Like, people want good hip hop, but then they don't have a clue, you know what I'm saying, who she is. Do y'all think she should be more well known, or you think it makes sense that people?
Fuck yeah, she should be well. She's an incredible artist. Let me tell you, she's a fucking poet. First thing.
But she doesn't get the airplay, and she doesn't get the attention like a Meg Thee Stallion or Cardi B or City Girls or you think
in order to get that Meg Thee Stallion type of publicity, you gotta, you can't be classy. You gotta show all your assy.
No, I mean he has a point. She's not one of those artists that shows off her body, who uses her sex as her promotion. She's just a rapper. Man, a pure rapper.
And this is the oxymoron, right? So think about it like this. On one spectrum, you got Meg, and people talk shit about her content and how she dresses and all that shit, and she gets a lot of shit for that, right? In the other spectrum, you got Rhapsody, who does it the way everyone thinks she should, right? If Meg is such a problem, but she don't get the fucking recognition and the spins. So, it's like you damned if you fucking do if you a female MC.
Yeah, but is she not getting the recognition? Is she not getting the recognition because she's not good, or is she not getting the recognition because people prefer to see the sex?
She's not getting the recognition. I'm sorry. She's not getting the fucking recognition because motherfuckers don't want to hear all that good shit. People are hypocrites. They say that shit, but they don't support it.
But I don't think we could say that she's not getting the recognition because she did just win the Lyricist of the Year award. So she's getting some. She's getting recognition.
That's a good point.
The problem is who she's getting the recognition from.
But here's my thing though. So now that she's won, what does that say about the previous winners who were not as lyrically inclined as a Rhapsody and so forth? Like, man, it makes them look a lot weaker, don't you think?
I have to be honest. I don't know who previous winners are. I don't follow it. I don't follow the BET.
I mean, some bums have won it. I mean, they gave Migos Album of the Year one time. Like, the Migos, I'm just.
Well, yeah, but it's also who puts out an album that year, right? So I guess it depends on who put an album out that year.
But this is Lyricist of the Year. They ain't never did.
That's what I'm saying. But if they don't put music out that year, do they still qualify to win the award?
That's a good point. I don't think so.
They have. I think they
criteria.
Go back like 2 years. Yeah, they have a criteria where they'll go back. But here's a good point, right? At the end of the day, like, no offense to BET, but what the fuck is a BET lyric? Like, she didn't make it because she won a BET Lyricist of the Year award. 6 months ago in the shop, her last album when it dropped, and it was dope. A lot of people didn't know who the fuck she was. So that's not changing really with the BET award. So my whole point is like,
but now more people know who she is. Like, one of the reasons we're finding out that people don't know who she is because she won. If she didn't win, we wouldn't be having this conversation, right? She would still be in obscurity versus now her name is out there and her face is out there. No?
I'm just saying people are motherfucking talking all that shit about Meg Thee Stallion videos, but they click on those more.
Right.
Well, what I'm saying is
on those more.
What I'm saying is more sexist. I'm saying that dudes listen to Rhapsody for majority, and a lot of women that I know don't. That's what I'm saying. A lot of women don't post that shit, talk about that shit. Like, I seen a few women say they don't know who she is.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Oh,
yeah, it's more popular in the male community than it is the female community. And
I mean, look at what these females be posting on the internet. Yeah, I mean.
These
You
females,
know,
these
they
females.
post a
You
lot
see how he
of
did
they.
that? Nah, I mean,
Here we
you
go.
know
Uh,
what
Let's
I mean? You know what I'm
let's
uh,
stick
saying?
let's stick to hip
listen,
hop. Let's
listen.
just stick to
Stick,
rap. Let's just stick to rap.
can I just say one more thing?
Of course.
You know he trying to take him to
Listen,
school.
listen. These posts that you see by a lot of these chicks in the group, right? Think about it. Do those posts reflect the more racy Megan Thee Stallion steez or the more conservative Rhapsody? They're far more Megan Thee Stallion-ish types of posts. So, ratchet begets ratchet. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't see
Hollywood Vic in the
Rhapsody
building.
you don't see Rhapsody getting the Meg love because
I could take this in a gender
people like to
direction
see
because technically, if men are in the boardrooms and in the corporate rooms and you have the ability to put out good music and to represent good music, but you don't, and now you blame women for that doesn't make sense.
It makes more money.
No, no,
Makes
no, no,
more
no.
money.
What I'm saying,
But you're right. Let's stick to
is,
hip hop.
we're talking about support for artists, right? You see way more women bumping Megan, supporting Megan, and all that shit. It's true.
Right, because they know who she is.
Talking about Rhapsody.
But the women also know who Megan is. And one of the reasons they know who Megan is because she's out there. She's being promoted. The record company is flooding
heavy promoted
TV with it. Yeah, she's heavily promoted. Rhapsody hasn't been heavily promoted. So the women don't know who she is. So that kind of defeats the argument of what you're saying.
She's not in the mainstream, nor is she on a bunch of commercialized music that comes on the radio and so forth. But hopefully after winning this award, maybe
I agree.
Maybe some people will try to get her on more of the commercial
I hope so.
type of records, and she can get more publicity like that, so she can encourage some of the younger upcoming female artists to be more like her and less like the WAP master.
I like that song though.
Shots.
I did that first, but I like that WAP song. You can like both. Y'all can like both. You can like it's okay.
No judgment, D. No judgment.
Okay, thank you. That song is bumping though. Let's stick to hip hop though, because Vic looked like he's he want to go there so bad. You want to go there, don't you?
No, I'm good.
You good? You good?
All right. My piece.
On his Cypress Hill
I don't want no smoke, D. I don't want no smoke, D.
You don't want no smoke?
We good.
All right. Well, then here's a topic for you.
Spicy.
Boosie on Mike Tyson.
That was dope.
It was good. No, it was good. It was good. It was very good.
Yo.
He went in on him. Did y'all hear it? How did you feel? All right. As black men, how did you did y'all all three of you heard it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as black men, how did you feel about the interview?
I think it was just like a big brother talking to a little brother type of conversation. It wasn't. I don't think it was like the way people were making it like he was disrespectful and stuff. He was just like he was kind of sunning them. He was sunning them. But shit, it's Mike Tyson. What the fuck? All right, what you gonna do? I'm gonna sit there like a little ass kid too. Like, man, it is what it is. But I think he stood his ground.
Like he felt like he was sunning them. I think it felt like he was like teaching them.
Yeah, like it was a great. I think it was there.
And guiding them. Yeah, I didn't feel
like talking to him to the heart. But a lot of people on the internet was saying how he didn't have that same energy that he be having in his rants and stuff when he was in Mike Tyson's face, and Mike Tyson was talking to him like a little kid and shit. You know what?
Neither would they. Neither would they.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was a peaceful environment, though. It wasn't like a
and they were smoking weed. Yeah, they were smoking the blunt together and shit.
I disagree. There was a smidge of tension. A smidge.
He asked him, did he like men? That will create tension.
You can't answer that. You can't answer
that. But he's an intense individual, and he's so emotional. Like when he comes across, when he had that blunt and he was holding
it. It's aggressive. It's aggressive. You're right.
And he said, nah, boom, boom. Like he was like that shit right there was intense. And it was when you saw Boosie's face, Boosie was absorbing that shit like nothing he ever heard in his fucking life.
Yeah.
He heard that shit like Jesus himself came down and fucking told him that shit. It was incredibly. I'm not saying he stunned him, but that's what Tyson is. Like that. Like no one else in the world will sit in front of you and tell you some shit like that, and you gotta sit there and be like, yo.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, he's different. Tyson is different.
Yeah,
but it was fucking really good. He's so polarizing, man.
It was kind of twofold for me. It was at one point I felt like Tyson was his psychiatrist, and then on the other end I felt like he was a tiger, right? Because like I know it sounds strange, but just imagine being inside of a cage with a tiger, and this tiger's going to interview you. The whole time you're in this cage, you know this fucking tiger can rip your fucking head off.
The tiger, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you're sitting in this cage, you're trying to sit appropriately, respond appropriately, and
you don't want to make the tiger go tiger.
You don't want to piss this tiger off, right? But the thing about Mike is he's such a social genius that he was able to decompress Boosie's attitude completely. He completely disarmed him. He even lowered his tone when he wanted to ask him certain questions. He lowered his tone so that it could be delivered to him in a way in which he would easily answer. And the reason he did that is because Boosie could not look him in the eye and lie. And that's the thing about Mike Tyson. He's seen the worst of people. Okay, he's seen like some of the worst shit ever. So you can't bullshit a bullshitter. So, so you sitting in front of this motherfucker, he asks you, you like men? You either gonna say yes or no, but guess what? You gonna answer that shit honestly, because if you don't, he gonna smell it on you, and he gonna call you on your bullshit right there, and you can't do nothing about it but fucking answer it. And that's the dangerous part about being in an interview with Mike like that you're gonna be completely exposed. Understand that anybody that sits down with an interview with Mike is going to be completely exposed. He can ask you anything, and you're going to answer that motherfucker.
But how did y'all, I have to ask y'all about the sound bite about him asking him, does he think he's gay? Did y'all think that was disrespectful?
No, it's a common question to ask someone in that situation, because a lot of people who project those feelings towards homosexuals are in fact homosexuals themselves. A lot of people who have homophobic feelings and things like that, or say they can't be around gay people and all this stuff, like a lot of those people do end up being homosexuals, or they have homosexual tendencies. So it's a fair question, to be honest with you.
I don't think it was disrespectful, but I think it was aggressive. It was a little aggressive. I wouldn't say it was disrespectful though.
Why did you think it was aggressive though?
Because it was just, it's like you said, Eric did say he said it in a soft manner or tone, whatever, but still, he still wasn't just like a little flower out there. He was like, what you smoking a blunt? Yeah, what you gay, nigga? Like, you like men or something?
Yeah.
Like, the way he said it still.
What I think is fascinating with how he did it was that I feel like everyone is missing is that the question is in response to him basically, coming at a child, right? Yeah. If you think about it. So it's in response to that. So it's not like Mike Tyson just came out of nowhere and called him gay. That's why I think it's so fascinating that people are like, oh, Mike Tyson is kind of fucked up for asking him that. But it's to what he actually
I think it's a fair I think it's a fair question. I just think it was a tad bit aggressive. But I think it's a fair question, yeah.
It was aggressive, and I'm gonna tell you why it was aggressive. It was aggressive because Mike checked his ass. And Mike knew when he walked in the room that he was going to check his ass because he didn't agree with how he carries himself. And that's, if Mike doesn't agree with some shit you do, if he feels you're doing some fuck shit, he's going to ask you his way. And that's exactly what he didn't agree with. That's why he turned that shit around on him specifically. And he was like, maybe you, like, yo, maybe you gay. Maybe you gay. You don't even know you gay. And he fucking he told him. After that, Boosie was fucked up. Like, he was just like, whoa, this ain't going to
He did respond, though. He said, I'm 100% straight. He did respond to that.
No, he responded, and
but he was humble.
What was he supposed to do?
Yeah, Christian, right. He was humble. He was humble as hell.
He was humble as fuck, though.
Oh, he was as humble as he's ever been.
He left the door before him. He says, Hey, I won't judge you either.
I won't judge you. I think that's the point.
Too, yeah.
That's the point, man.
Yo, that's the point where I
Yo.
say, "Oh, Mike is good. Mike is good. He knows exactly."
He's smart. Yeah,
not
Mike's
only
smart.
is he good, listen,
Yeah.
good. It's fucking insane when he looked at him and he said, "Look, motherfucker, I don't like myself, bro."
Yeah.
And he told him, "I'm in a struggle with myself. I don't like myself, so it makes me to act
like
out,
that.
and it makes me do all this shit." He said, "All that extra crazy shit I do is because I have a problem with myself." He was like, "I'm a fucking piece of shit. I'm a savage, and I gotta live with the things I've done." Blah, blah, blah. Like that motherfucker. When he started saying that shit, I was like, "Holy
And you know
shit!"
what else?
So he was trying to tell him. I'm sorry. Let me get this out real quick. He was trying to tell him, "Motherfucker, I know you've done some shit. You probably don't even fucking like who you are because you're not comfortable with the things you've done, and they haunt you. You fucking throw that energy out doing all this other shit, but deep down inside, he was talking to. They were having two fucking conversations at the same time. They were having one conversation that people were watching the pod, and he was in a fucking different dimension talking to his soul. Like, I know you, because that's me too. And that's why Boozy sat there like, holy shit. Yeah, that shit was insane.
And you know, all he could say was, "You know what, Mike? Sometimes I just need to shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
That was fat. That shit was funny as fuck. So my mama told me to shut the fuck up.
That was some real shit. I was happy he said it. I felt like that was growth for him.
That was insightful in and of itself. That might have been the theme for the whole week for all the hip hop, right? That might be the theme for the whole week, all hip hop, because Lil Wayne came out and endorsed Trump, and everyone was like, "I can't believe he came out here and said that." So maybe we should have shut your boy. That's Chris. That's your boy.
Bah. You know, I always got to do the goat noise when Wayne come on. That's still my goat.
I keep telling this motherfucker, y'all, he making a sheep sound.
A sheep noise. It's the same thing. They motherfuckers related, man. Goddamn shit. They cousins. Goddamn it. Anyway, shit. I'm not mad at Wayne for this. I don't care who the fuck he endorses. I don't believe in bashing people for that. But the same energy I'm gonna give Biden and Cardi B, I'm gonna give Wayne and Trump. Because Wayne is not in position to be talking politics. It's not what you do. It's anything I look for you to do. It's nothing you should even be talking about, to be honest. Like, that's my goal and everything with the rapping. But when it comes to politics and shit, Wayne, you should stay out of that shit. And this looks more like a photo op. That's something Trump. This looks more like pandering to black people that I accused Biden of that Trump did versus the Ice Cube situation. That's why I didn't like when people was going at him. But with Wayne, this just looks like a photo op. This is like some dumb shit.
I'm gonna tell you the big difference between Cardi B and Lil Wayne. There's a massive difference between the two of them. Cardi B, whether we agree with her or not, whether she sounds crazy or not, she has been talking politics for years. Now, whether you think she sounds stupid, that's a whole other discussion. But she's at least tried to be a part of the conversation, right? Lil Wayne, remember when the police brutality came out, Lil Wayne's first response was, "I've never had that type of situation because I don't get into that type of thing." So Lil Wayne doesn't get to, on police brutality, say, "I don't get involved in politics," and now all of a sudden he wants everybody to follow him in politics. I think that's the big difference. So people are calling him a clown for that, though, and I think that's valid. You can't pick and choose.
I think it's both clowns, but yeah, it was clownish for him. I think that was clownish for him.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing against that.
Yeah.
He played himself.
I'm just upset at the artists that can't see they're being used. You know what I'm saying? Like on both sides. It's like it's almost like, oh, you went and got you a nigga. Let me double down and go.
That's my problem.
But what if Lil Wayne has had a change of heart and he really believes him and what Trump says?
But that doesn't mean Trump has to fucking showcase the shit.
That's my problem. Yeah. Keep it.
Bring him out on a leash. Bring him out on a fucking leash.
I saw a picture.
Tell me what I told you to say, Wayne.
I saw a picture.
Now get the fuck out of here.
With Joe Biden holding one of the guys' chains and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is
offset
this?
chain? That shit I don't. That's the type of shit I don't like. Somebody said that. I seen a meme that said that fucking it looked like Trump caught a fish. when Lil Wayne said this to him, that's how it looked. Like just like some little petting shit. Like
throw that shit back in the water. Yo,
do you think he's a sellout, or what do you think his mission is? His mission.
I don't think he's a sellout. Because I think he do believe whatever him and Trump talked about or whatever.
Rosenberg called him a sellout.
Yeah,
people agree with it. I think most people agree with it.
But people are very angry over this election in general.
Yeah.
Well, yes. This election is you've seen emotions from different angles like you've never seen before in your life. But in the essence of what a sellout is and the culture of hip hop and what we're talking about, yes, he's actually fucking right. He's right. Because think about it like this. Trump's been in office 4 years, right? He only want to talk to your ass a week before election. Hello? You're a prop. Yeah.
Trump has been trying to talk to black people from the beginning. He started with Kanye, then he had Steve Harvey. I mean,
he had a few people.
This is not a new thing for Trump, though. Biden, yes. Trump, right. No. Trump has been consistent with it.
For Lil Wayne in the fourth quarter, like, come on, man.
And he actually said, and
2 seconds on the clock.
And I don't believe nothing Trump said, but Trump actually said that Wayne came to him, wanted to talk to him. I don't believe that, but
I don't know. In the entertainment industry, I'm nothing surprised.
Melon album coming out.
Yeah, you know the GOAT dropping the album. Don't get it twisted. He's still the GOAT. He's still the GOAT. Don't get that shit twisted.
No,
Ice Cube was aligned with Trump. Some people think that he support. I think he came out and said he doesn't support Trump, but apparently people believe that he does. I don't know.
Well, a lot of people believe that if you don't support Biden, then you are Trump.
That's the problem. Yeah, exactly.
Which is completely false. I want to encourage anyone who's listening to exercise your right to vote. It does not matter who you vote for. As long as you vote your conscience or whatever it is that you believe in. Don't let anyone else try to skew you or persuade you to do anything that you don't want to do. Make your vote for whoever you choose to. That's my 2 cents about that.
But technically, if you don't vote in this day and age, it does support the other party.
But isn't Biden leading? So
in the polls, Hillary was leading too.
But hold on, but
Trump those polls don't mean anything. Those polls don't mean anything. You can't go by that,
Republican.
According to the polls, if I don't vote or if I vote third party, then I'm going to help Biden, not Trump.
No, I don't think so.
Those polls don't mean anything.
I don't think so.
Don't mean anything.
Yeah, and plus we know that the conservatives don't need the popular vote. So you not voting automatically would help conservatives because they don't need the popular vote. They just need to win the electoral vote. They need to win the precincts. They don't necessarily need the popular vote. But we've gotten off track. Yeah.
No, you're all right. You know.
I ain't voting Sunni motherfuckers.
Chris, that drives me crazy
this.
every time you say it.
Hey.
All I say is this. Yeah, well, when you get pulled over by the cops in LA and there's shit that's happening in LA and you're mad at, then that's when people are gonna tell you should have fucking voted because that the back of that shit has a lot of shit that'll affect you.
That's the thing. It's not the presidential vote. Like you mentioned, rent control is on the ballot. That's important, right?
But
I think there's a bunch of shit that's important.
But listen, if 75% of the people in America voted, we'd be in a great place. So let's just take that same number and use it with our part. 75% of us voted. 25% of us didn't. Those are great numbers.
Wonderful numbers.
Do we get 75% of people voting though?
No, but what I'm saying, according to our part, we got a 75% voter rating. So I mean, hey, that's pretty good. I'm all right with Chris not voting.
Oh, you're talking about for AUD.
The forum.
So what I'm saying, if 75% of America voted, we'd be in a good place.
Who would win if 75% of America voted?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's no telling. To be honest.
Hey,
all I'm saying is motherfuckers be lying and be acting like they go vote for Biden.
Voted, then I think Biden would probably win.
People be fronting. He'd be
Yeah, I
fronting.
think Biden would probably win. I don't think that he.
What
I
do you
don't
mean
think
by
that he's
people
gonna
be
win.
fronting? Hold up. It's fronting how, Chris?
I think people will be acting like Democrats online and on social media, but vote Republican. That's what I think.
Really?
I split
Yes.
the
So you
ticket
think
a
there's a
lot.
lot of people? So you think
Yeah,
there's
I
a
do
lot of
that.
people that's actually going in the booth and voting for Trump that say they're not?
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
no, I thought you
Interesting.
meant in general. Huh?
Interesting.
Why do you think that?
Because look at Lil Wayne, look at Ice Cube. Look what happens when you are perceived to be black and pro-Trump. You catch a lot of backlash for it.
But that also helps their interest to vote on the conservative to vote for conservatives. Not necessarily Trump. I'm just meaning conservatives in general, because they're likely in a tax bracket where it helps them. So that's not an uncommon thing. But
I'm just-
regular
You know what's
people like
funny?
us, you think regular people like us get in the booth and vote Republican?
Yes, absolutely.
Mike, I do it. I split the ticket all the time, so
I mean,
I'm not surprised.
I voted Republican in my state. I voted for our governor. He's Republican. I don't like. Here's the thing, man. Like, I don't fucking have like a blue side. I vote my conscience. I'm
As you
liberal
should.
for
As you
some
should.
shit. I'm conservative for some other shit. You know, when it comes to education, I'm a little more conservative. You know, when it comes to certain shit, civil liberties, I'm a little more motherfucking liberal. So it really depends on what it is. But at the end of the day, man, I just think that if you're going to fucking chime in the political realm and you're going to have a bunch of fucking opinions, do my motherfucking homework. That is my one and only caveat in all of this shit. Just know what the fuck you're talking about. Just know what the fuck you're talking about if you're going to come hollering and hooting and all that other bullshit. That's all. Because we're going to fillet you. And we're going to take each layer of skin off you one by fucking one. One by one.
I'm sorry.
It's Friday.
I'm so sorry.
It is Friday.
Oh man, that is funny.
Cheers.
I lost my train of thought.
Let me say one thing though. I did the opposite. See, I trolled Democrats and voted for Biden.
Smart man.
That's funny. Most people would split the ticket if they voted their conscience. They probably would vote all over the ticket. I'm not talking about just the two parties. I mean, they probably would vote across a 3-party system.
My people or black people don't really divest the time into learning anything about the candidacy. They simply go by what they see on television. And the television somehow has convinced them all to agree with one party and not to look at issues.
No,
a lot of people are like that. A lot of people just say, I vote Democrat.
People don't understand how government works. And I say that
too.
To be fair, I wasn't familiar with it either. I just happened to work for a town. If I didn't work around the town council and the mayor and saw how it all works, I probably would still think the way that I used to think. So people think government is all a sham and people just do whatever they want, and it really doesn't work like that. So they think if I vote for that person, it won't matter because they're going to do what they want, and it's really not like that. But people think it is.
But why? I just want to know, like, why do you think like black people think like that though? Because a lot of black
people don't show up. I think I don't remember if I showed you guys, but when I cover town council meetings, it is I'm gonna say if I do one meeting a month, so that's 12 meetings a year. Out of 12 meetings, I might see 3 black people.
What the?
I don't want to exaggerate. I'm trying to be as accurate as possible. And they are usually the same 3 black people, the same ones. I could call them by name. They're the same ones. And the room is full of people, but black people don't come because they just don't trust the government. And they legitimately think they're not going to listen to me. But every time that people have come and they've stood up for themselves, they do get listened to, but people think that they don't. So I don't know. I don't know why, other than that, black people tend not to trust the government. That's all. That's the only thing that I can think of.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's tough. I mean, it's really hard to make. It's really hard to make changes in society when people won't even
participate
in the process.
Right.
Yeah, so that's tough. God damn, 3 people in a year.
And,
That's crazy.
and that's pushing it. And that's pushing it. I'm usually the only Black person in the room, usually, most of the time. But I don't know. I did have 2 more questions though before we go. Did y'all see the on social media is big right now? I personally believe there's something behind it, but that's the whole conspiracy theorist inside of me, where I think the whole 5 different looks challenge, I just think the way that it looks weird to me.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other conversation. But it's usually a female thing. Like, we love to take pictures of ourselves. We do the cute pictures, but I see a lot of guys doing it. And they're taking pictures like with the camera up here.
No, ma'am,
University.
Like,
oh no. And it feels a little weird when I see it, to see dudes do it. Is that like a violation?
That's because it is a little weird when these dudes do it. Because everybody wants to be a bad bitch. I said it once, I'll say it again. These dudes want to be bad bitches. They want to outdo the women. And I don't understand this shit.
Oh, man.
Maybe it's generational, right? Because I feel like I always joke and say I'm old, but I see a lot of young men doing it. And maybe, to me, it just
I feel a lot of old men doing it.
Exactly. I'm seeing old dudes do it. I'm seeing middle aged.
I'm trying to find the bright spot here.
If you're over, let me just give a quick PSA. A quick PSA. My dudes, my friends, my guys, if you're over 40, you can't be a bad bitch.
Facts.
You're wild.
Why can't they?
You could be an OG. You what?
You've never seen P-Valley?
Oh shit! See, that's a whole nother. That's a whole nother topic.
I've been seeing a whole lot of buzz. I might have to check it out. I'm gonna have to check
watch
that out.
it.
It's gonna be on the list at some point. The list is long.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Watch it.
No, ma'am.
You can watch it if you want.
I'll watch it. Yeah, I'll watch it. I don't
Signal
worry about
jammer.
it.
About.
But it's just, it's a weird time right now. It's a lot of judgment flying around the internet.
So you think that I'm being judgmental? I shouldn't think like that. Is what you're saying?
No, you should think like that because it's very suspect.
I'm talking about you, Dion. I'm talking about
I
in
know,
general.
but I really feel like it's me. I shouldn't look like, if somebody wants to take it's a picture. What's the big deal about taking a picture and putting it on the palette?
Listen,
5 pictures.
I know, but I feel like I should be more open-minded about this. But it just feels.
I'm gonna confess. When I see a grown fucking man, like, I'm not talking about a 20-year-old, a young cat, because these young cats, that's the culture. I get it. But when I see a motherfucker that is in the range of when I went to high school doing a 5, I fucking cringe. Like, I'm just going to be, I cringe. Like, I look at it and like, ooh. Yeah. I'm like, all right. I guess, is that what we're doing now? Like, this is me here. This is me there. Not like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, how long does that take for a man to go through his phone and find 5 pictures? Like, that shit would take me a month.
I don't know how it's done. I haven't tried to do it.
These dudes is done.
These look like fresh pictures.
Listen,
that's what I'm
no. Some of these
violation.
These pictures look like photo shoots. Let's keep it real. Some of these cats, these pictures are A-framed out. They're well thought out.
You know what I'm saying?
Some of these, they think
that's why I'm asking y'all. They're shooting the video. What's the big deal if it's just pictures?
Hey Vic, I don't know if you see it like I see it, but some of these pictures look like there's a cameraman involved.
That's like they actually
I
peeped that.
Motherfucker taking a picture.
You asking the homie to take the picture of you, which is
they got a dude holding they got a dude holding a 12-inch lens in the sniper position on concrete. On a sidewalk.
Y'all, it's just a picture.
Or their homie sitting there like an idiot.
It's fun.
The reason why
5 pictures is not just
one issue is because in society, men are not supposed to be the ones who are vain.
Right.
So to post 5 pictures of yourself, trying to look sexy, like Chris said, like a bad bitch and shit, like, you know,
blinking your eyes and shit, giving a pretty eyes and shit. Fuck out of here, man.
What the fuck is going on?
You know what it is too? The problem is you asked the wrong 3 motherfuckers.
You're right.
That's it.
Because I was asking because I'm thinking that I need to be more open-minded because it just
No.
You asked the wrong, because if there's anything that us three have in common, it's that shit. We don't be all
Facts.
feet up like that's. We don't roll that way. Like we move in silence out in these streets, bruh. Like we don't be begging for attention. Like I don't need you to know what I'm doing. I'm straight.
Appreciate it. That's why I love y'all.
Yeah,
Okay,
and before
listen.
we switch, look, before we switch the subject right quick, you motherfuckers that love taking selfies with your sunglasses on, that be catching yourself taking a selfie in your reflection, you niggas, boy, stop doing that fruit bat shit. You be getting caught.
Okay,
We see you.
We all right, we gotta go. But I saw something online. I need y'all. It was evenly split, so I need y'all to settle a debate. Okay?
Why am I getting nervous?
Okay. So listen, whose responsibility is this? If you're having sex, do you automatically pull out, or is it her responsibility to make you wear a condom? Go, Chris.
Get the scarf.
Her responsibility. Automatic.
Go. First thing on your mind. Go, Eric.
It's my job to pull out.
Okay, Vic.
Depends how good the cooch is.
It's nature. It's nature for me to stay in. We didn't have no condoms in nature. That's man-made
I'm gonna tell
shit.
you right now, boo. If your cooch fire, it's your fucking fault because you knew what position you were putting me in. You knew that shit is gonna be hardest. You put the seatbelt on. It's a wrap.
What the fuck would I jump out of a good time? Fuck that, I'm not pulling out of a good time.
If the cooch trash, then yeah, you throwing the rubber, who cares? You know what I'm saying?
That's fact.
So, you know,
Said
depends. It depends on the vintage of the cooch.
Like if it's aged like fine wine?
It's just that, you know.
Vintage usually means,
it's good.
I'm going to kick game to you. Vintage usually means that she's at least 230 pounds and about at least 42 years old. 42 and up, 230 pounds is usually vintage cooch.
Well, let me get my
I
two.
had one of those. Had H-A-D. That was past tense.
In the
Past tense.
I'm good with that.
Way back then.
That's not a problem.
I speak facts.
That's not a problem.
I don't want to get myself in trouble.
So that was unanimous, basically. That's fucked up. That was unanimous.
You got another question?
Shit.
Oh,
You
hell
look like
Human
you got
nature
another
around
question.
here.
After
Ain't no
that,
pulling out his shit
You
around
got
this
some other shit
motherfucker.
you want to say?
Motherfucker pulling in and staying
else I
in.
wanna
What the fuck
say.
you think this is? Hell no.
That's it.
Hey, man.
Guess what, y'all? We gotta go.
Gotta get the fuck out of here.
Gotta go. Hey, make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, share,
That's right.
comment, and please share with your friends and your
All
family.
day.
We look forward to seeing y'all. Until next time, we the Arrogant Underdogs.
The
Holla
motherfucking
at y'all.
underdogs.
Hey, make sure y'all check out NFL Sunday. We got
Please
a lot
do.
of action going on.
It was
So
going nice.
make sure y'all check that
It
out.
was going good.
And
Yeah.
be careful if
Check
you
out
take if
Instagram.
you taking your kids trick or treating. Be careful with all the COVID shit. You know, be real careful with that shit.
Yeah,
Don't be
absolutely.
reckless.
Go to the store and buy some candy. Eat that
Yeah,
shit.
don't do no dumb shit. Don't do no dumb shit.
Don't be fucking stupid.
Don't
There we
Pay
go.
attention.
Basically.
What? Google shit. Watch the news. Don't be fucking stupid.
Yeah, stay in the house and watch those scary movies we're gonna post for y'all on Friday, which will be is Friday Halloween?
No, tomorrow's Saturday.
Tomorrow, bro.
Tomorrow's Halloween, bro.
Get old.
Saturday. Yeah. Listen, watch that NFL podcast. That shit is funny as fuck.
Hey.
Yeah.
Watch that. That's a good time.
I have no comment.
That's a good time. It's a
I
good
have no
time.
comment.
Holla at y'all.
Peace.
Holla at y'all. Be safe.